Now we're having a look at hip drop pass. So hip drop pass is the most complicated of the three, right? But I'm in half guard or side control. He puts his arm inside and I can't get the arm out for whatever reason. So my job, ignoring my arms at the moment, my job is to nullify or neutralize this arm. Because if I leave my knee there, we've already seen in the previous video, yeah, what happens if I ignore it, if I try and mount you, take my back. So I can't ignore this arm, yeah? But I use the main principle of more versus less, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is move my knee beyond that elbow to his hip and put my hip weight on that arm. So I'm gonna apply a lot of weight to it. So I'm here like this, well, leave it out. So I started here like this and I was very happy. You can lift your legs up there like this, good, right? He put his elbow inside. When he puts his elbow inside, if I crush his head and his arm doesn't respond, then I'm like, okay, he's got good elbow discipline. So now I like to pass this lapel, get hold of that. So I've got nice secure grip. Keep his head facing this way. Now I can turn my knee to his hip and put my hip inside, or put my hip, he's not gonna like it because he's a big muscly guy, put my hip on his elbow, like this. Now, he's not wanting to let my leg go. I do not want my foot out there because he could make a hook with this leg, like this, and start sweeping me with it. So I've got to make sure you can grab your foot if you want and bring it up, or you can toe heel walk it up to there, right? Because that stops his foot finding my leg. I'll move this out of the way just so I can see. So, my hand here, I bring it to his hip, and I'm just going to use my elbow to sneak my knee through. Just that far, that's enough. And I stay in contact with his leg. I grab the outside of his leg, like that, yeah? If I put my hand here, he can reach up, he can use this knee to pass my arm to his waiting arm and get my arm stuck and he can roll me over. So I don't put my hand there like this. I'll have two options. With the gi, I'll grab there on the outside. So if he tries that trick, it doesn't work, right? Okay. If it's no gi, I'll put my arm inside and hold like this. Yeah. So he can't do the same thing, and I get to use my elbow. Keep your feet together. I get to use my elbow to work on the leg like that, and then I can step out. Right. So he's holding here. So I hold the top of the leg there. Move my hips. Now I've got to pop my knee up in front of his hip. There, and I push onto that and pull, which is not nice on him. Yeah, it hurts his thigh a lot. Now, one or two things will happen. I'll either step out here and I'll start going to side control, putting my knee back under his elbow if I can, to there, or from here, I'll bring the leg over, hook it, yeah, and then all of my brain is in this elbow here. Making sure I'm on the inside of that elbow. Because if I'm not, he's just going to take my back. Right? And then I can go to the mount from there. Alright? So tricky situation, there's a lot going on. He's a cylinder, I'm close to the cylinder. There's opportunities for him to grab my arm. There's lots of opportunities for him to insert his foot and sweep me. Yeah? So it's a bit of a tightrope situation, so you want to get it right. Yeah?